The Investment Advisors Act is one of the two statutes, maybe one of three statutes that causes there to be oversight of the investment management business in the United States. It's changed the way the business operates. I would say that it has acted to make the business a better business from the perspective of investors. I think investors get a better deal because of the Advisors Act, because of the Investment Company Act, because of ERISA, all of which are related one way or another. I think it's made for more professionalism among those who provide asset management services. Advisors that are registered under the Investment Advisors Act are aware, and I think they understand, that in acting as a fiduciary, they need to put their clients' interests ahead. They may not be able to cite chapter and verse every settlement that the SEC has entered into, every guidance, but I think advisors understand that their interest, if they're a registered investment advisor, can't, because they are fiduciary, be higher than that of their clients. I would agree that it would be a step forward to have one standard governing providers of the same basic service. And we have a lot of different providers that provide the same basic service, as you suggested: insurance company representatives, broker-dealer representatives, investment advisors. The service they provide, the function they serve, is essentially the same. They're regulated somewhat differently. It would be a better regulatory world if we had a functional regulation. I was a division director for 5 years, and my experience has had the effect on me of convincing me that it would be highly unlikely to have a uniform standard. I just don't think that's in the political cards. I think if you look at the history of financial services regulation in the United States, it tends to come into play and to be built upon during crises. So if there was a crisis, which we would all hope not to have happen, you might be able to have a standard that was high and had the elements that people think are what you need for all providers. But when you don't have that kind of impetus, it's really hard to get a legislative push towards a high standard.